here is the truth about who will win the presidential election, so that we can all stop talking about it, so that we can just give it a break, so we can move on. I'm going to reveal it right now so we can move on to other things. The winner will be, of the presidential election, the rich, racist, corporatist, sociopathic, corrupt, vapid, skin suit predator is going to win. That's who's going to win. The man who has supported every American bomb landing on every innocent child is going to win. The man who has achieved nothing to help the people actually struggling across this nation and around the world. The man whose vacant eyes are somehow less scary than his morally bankrupt action. The man who has done and will do nothing to even remotely move this country and the world toward a sustainable future, a future we'd be proud to pass on to our children, as opposed to a festering pile of overheating, dying refuse that has been just excreted out of the anus of capitalism. The man who has grown America's brutal police force, built up America's brutal prison system, grown America's Orwellian surveillance state, built up America's genocidal military, and grown America's bloodthirsty corporate oligarchy until it is bulging at the seams. That is who will be the next president. It'll be the man who continues to tell you that wage slavery is freedom, that surveillance is privacy, that war is peace, that thick, oily extinction is sustainability, that locking up the innocent is justice, that crushing the hopes and creativity of the young is education, that ignoring systemic racism is somehow forward-thinking and progressive, that crushing debt is success, that government propaganda is intrepid journalism, that pushing for nuclear war is security, that destroying and or extracting the wealth and happiness of every other country is diplomacy, that a rigged, bought-out shit show election is a free and fair democracy, and that lies are truth, while truth, is fake news. That guy will win the presidential election. That guy will be the next president of the United States. Whether it's Trump or Biden or DeSantis or Gavin Newsom, it will still be that guy. I don't need to tell you how corrupt and wrong-headed and fascist Trump is. Hopefully that's a given to you. But of course, he and Biden agree on 90% of the core issues of this country. And when it comes to where to what the teetering corpse of Joe Biden has done with his first term, here's an analysis. I'm going to quote from Patrick Lawrence, writing at Sheer Post. He does great writing there. This is his analysis. He says, this is a president who has supplied and financed a proxy war in Ukraine that has failed after killing scores of thousands of people and displacing millions more. This is a president who now sponsors a genocide in Gaza as the world watches in real time. This president's signature project, America will lead democratic nations in a crusade against the world's authoritarians, is virtually nowhere taken seriously around the world. This is a man who presides with imperial distance over a republic that is tumbled into spiritual and social collapse and extreme economic inequality, all the while displaying more or less complete indifference to the national plight. This is a president facing articles of impeachment based on a plentiful evidence that he participated in the influence peddling schemes of his son and brother. That's from Patrick Lawrence talking about Biden. But nearly that entire quote could apply to Donald Trump when he was president, except for maybe the brother part. But almost the entire quote could go for either of them. And that is who will be the next president of the United States. And just to be clear, I'm not delegitimizing Cornel West, Claudia De La Cruz, Jill Stein, or the grayish brown rock that I'm running for president. While they won't win the presidency, I think their goals of putting forward important ideas to the American people are crucial. It's crucial. So they should by all means do that. Keep doing that. But the presidential election should not live rent free in all of our goddamn heads, using up 95% of our anger and passion and ire and hopes and dreams and disgust and cynicism. Save that disgust in cynicism. Don't use it all on the goddamn presidential election from now until November. Instead, it should be the reverse. The presidential election should use up less than 5% of the bandwidth that goes on in here, the bandwidth for creating change or caring about this world, just as the presidency is a small piece of the harm of the American empire. Discussing it should be a small piece of our time and effort. So I just wanted to tell you who would win the presidency so that we can stop talking about it and instead focus on issues such as the genocide Israel's committing, or the fact that 2/3 of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, or the fact that money and debt is actually a mental construct and we're allowing it to kill us in our future. You know, we can talk about those things, maybe, every once in a while. Just an idea. Hope that helped. Hope that was slightly helpful in who's going to win the presidential election.